never heard anybody say this before, but I said it, I think first Sunday I was here, before the convention, and I may have mentioned it again, but it's just amazing. Imam Elam helped, he kind of sparked this in my mind, that the universe, they study in the universe, and they study in the world, and that everything in this material reality is a symbol or something for us to gain from as spiritual beings, as human beings. We're conscious, we can benefit from everything in the material reality. And those, like Imam Elam was saying, that are cut off from that spiritual development, that know that God created all of this to benefit us personally, each individual, and us collectively. That you've been cut off as if someone's giving you a book with the answers or the blueprint with the answers to everything you need to do. They say, well, I'm going to leave you with all of these treasures, but I'm going to tell you, I know you don't know, you're not an electrician, the lights might go bad, this is all material stuff. It's perishable. These gears in here might get a little rusty and squeaky, you might have to replace one and teach you how to, I don't have time to teach you, so I'm going to leave these books. That's what God did with the universe. He said, you don't know what none of this stuff is or how to work it, but if you engage it with your intellect and your mind and you trust me, then I'm going to teach you how to use it, and you're going to get the benefit from it. Alhamdulillah. And that's how Allah works, and that's the beauty, and that's what the rest of the world is missing. And that's what the evil, the enemy of man don't want the man to get, because then he's in charge. As soon as we know what to do with what God gave us, that we're much more powerful than Satan and his schemes, and he can't touch us. And that's the mercy, and that's what the freedom that Elam was telling us about that we have. And so I thought, I'm going back. I'm trying not to go back too far off of what I had mentioned. They study in the black hole that somebody came up, and they talking about all these different gravity. The Quran revealed that so long ago. I try to watch something quiet, and I think it's the voice of the guy that narrates the science program, his calming, soothing voice that I like, because everything else is just all emotional. It's all striking you, and you can't hardly focus. When you the world is pulling you from all sides, like Imam Elam said, all sides. Everybody wants us. They want your mind, want to over-occupy you. And that's why the young people here, we shouldn't blame ourselves for not having the youth involved in business and wanting to be interested. Their minds are over-occupied. I was listening to one of my favorite radio stations. I'm not going to mention it. They're a public station, so I just mentioned it. It's a public radio station. But so you can guess. And they good, because they do a lot of good work. But and I donate to them sometimes too. But the pledge drive, I couldn't. It was a distraction, because it's a strategy. They study a psychology, and the psychology of the person that wants something from you is if they can control your thoughts and your minds, or keep you focused on them long enough, eventually they're going to lead you where they want you to go, and they're going to get what they want. But as believers, as Muslims, that's the attention that we want to give Allah and the Quran and His Messenger, and the life that Allah wants us to live. But in the world we live in, our young people, and most of us, we never get a chance to think and to benefit from our own intellect and our own intelligence. It's someone else's intelligence, someone else's desires, needs, and wants that's being imposed and forced upon us. You almost have to do like our prophet did. Prophet, peace and the prayers be on him, did, and leave all of this and go into the cave or the mountain somewhere just to find yourself. And that's what Muslims, we have as a mercy to us in our lives. We have the Quran and the life of Prophet Muhammad, that we can shut the world down and come back to our nature, to our self that Allah wants us to have, and we can nurture that. But most of our young people out here, they don't even get the opportunity. They don't get a chance. But if we support our programs, and if we got this building here, I told Imam here earlier, and everyone that approaches me, I tell them, I said, if the doors are open here 7 days a week, if it's not interfering with the time slot of another imam or another program that we have, we're gonna take advantage of that, because we don't have nothing to offer the children, the young people that we want to eventually be the young entrepreneurs, our leadership. we have to have something to occupy their time. We got to get in there. We got to somehow get in there, and we got to compete. We got to compete with the world. We got to compete with Satan. That's what it is, because he want to destroy him, and we want to give him life. So we got to get in there, and we got to provide something for him. Allah's given us opportunity to do that, and we're doing a great job. We can save ourselves one child at a time in our own home. Those of us that haven't had our homes destroyed. And he talked about the prisons, the slave ships. I saw this with my own eyes. I turned the television on. They had bunks lined up, and they do this psychology for us to let us know where we headed. It looked like the picture we used to see hung on the walls, on posters, and in all the books of the hulls of the slave ship. That's what the prisons look like, the bunks. I said, them look just like the little slots they had the slaves in the slave ship. So they letting us know that y'all ain't gone nowhere. The physical bondage, you think, the spiritual and the mental bondage is the worst, but they say that those of y'all think y'all not still in physical bondage, guess again. Just count the numbers that's in those prison systems. And that's us that's in there. Now, it's wrong. It's not our fault. The system is set up to feed off of us because they want free labor. And if you want to be anything other than, I hate to put anything other than this, what do you call it, the status quo or what, I don't, y'all know the common black folks out here, then we not only they ain't got no room for us, they're gonna try to stop you. Whether you're doing good or not, you can save 1 million lives a day, but we don't trust you. So we have to trust ourselves, and we just have to show the world what we had to offer, and we capable of doing it. We're doing it now. The black hole. That's what I was getting to. The black hole. They wondering and saying that about the black hole, how it's in the center of the universe, and they saying that it's not just in the center, not the center of the universe. They saying it's something they call black matter or dark matter that's everywhere in the universe. It's like they call it like the scaffolding or the web that. Because they say that gravity is not strong enough to hold together, to keep all of the solar systems together. But at the center of our solar system, and if you think about its significance, to study science, to study the what do you call it, astrology and all of that, help see how small we are. There are billions, maybe even trillions of solar systems within our own galaxy, and then there are billions and trillions, they can't even count them, that are outside of our galaxy. And then and then if you ever see the scale of the Earth, the area that we occupy as human beings, the Earth ain't getting crowded or small. We just losing our minds. We just small. We so small, we insignificant when you look at the scale. So you got to know that we are much bigger than this material reality. And that black hole that has such a strength and gravity, nothing in the material world, not even a star. Stars, they have super black holes, are eventually stripped of their outer layers, eventually destroyed. Not even a star can escape a black hole. They say not even light can escape a black hole. That's why it appears, the only way you know it's there because you see what the debris is sucking in. What is that? That's us. That's the human mind. That's the human intellect. Not even light. The science of light cannot escape our intellect. That is, the black hole is a symbol or a sign of the potential of the human being. Yeah, not even light. This material world cannot escape us. It yields all its resources to us. So, even science, I haven't heard that. Now you might hear some science. That's why I wish I could talk to some scientists or some people that study that to see if anybody even entertained that thought or that idea that there's a direct parallel, and they want to take God out of science. That's evidence to me right there. Nothing can escape the mind of the intellect of the human being in its environment. Nothing can escape the gravity of the black hole. They call it the black hole, but really it's just the gravity of. It's just a sign. It's just a sign, and that level of science is for any human being that engages